Hi everybody, this is the Planet Earth here. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about panic disorder. So, what is panic disorder? Well, it's kind of hard to explain what panic disorder is because people that don't have anxiety disorder they don't really know what it feels like to suffer. When you suffer from generalized anxiety disorder every single day of your life, think of it as having trauma or PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And with PTSD, your life could be hell on earth. It really can. PTSD and anxiety and agoraphobia is very common for people who have severe anxiety. I will give you an example. For me, I have severe anxiety. Sometimes it keeps me from going outside. Sometimes it keeps me from going to public places. It keeps me from doing a lot of stuff that I would normally do. I can't even go outside, and I can't go in my car. I can't do anything. I just sit and cry because I'm so scared. Now, where is this fear coming from, you guys might ask? Well, I don't really have fear. That's the big one. And a lot of people say, what? I don't really have fear. It's just, so when I step out the door, I become disoriented, confused, dizzy, sometimes anxious. I have a panic attack. For what? Because I step out the door? That's not normal. This whole thing isn't normal. Anxiety sucks. And it's really hard to explain this to people that don't suffer from anxiety. Anxiety is a terrible, terrible, terrible condition. And I wish nobody had it. When you're suffering from an anxiety disorder, it's like hell on earth. It is like feelings of dread 24/7, 365, unless you're sleeping. Anxiety disorder is the worst disorder I have ever seen. It's scary. You don't know if you're going to die. You don't know if you're going to pass away. You just don't know what's going to happen. And it sucks. I wish that I could tell you guys that anxiety disorder was was temporary. But when you suffer like this for many years, you don't know what else to do anymore because you're suffering every day. There's millions of people out there that suffer from anxiety like I do. You think about things too much. You take everything out of context. And it really sucks. It really does. It is a terrible condition. It really is a terrible condition, guys. And it happens to the best of us. Having that high heart rate, the blood pressure, it sucks. And I'll say it is one of the worst mental conditions that you could ever have. And I wish doctors in ER rooms and in psychiatry and in any type of field would have a better understanding of how severe anxiety really can be in certain people. I wish I could tell you that anxiety could just go away on its own. But when it's as severe as, like me, with agoraphobia, it's not just your average, normal, everyday anxiety anymore. It's advanced anxiety. It's scary. And nobody listens to us because we suffer every day in terror and fear. It's like right now, somebody has a gun pointed to my head. Just imagine that feeling of somebody having a loaded gun to your head 20 hours a day or more, 10 hours a day or more. That's what people with generalized anxiety feel. They feel this terrible feeling in their body, this terrible generalized anxiety. And they feel it and they suffer through it every single day. And no matter what, nobody does anything about it because they don't know what it feels like to have a massive panic attack. And I think that's the thing that sucks the most, is because people don't understand what it feels like to go through it. So if they don't understand what it feels like to go through it, they'll never really understand how bad anxiety disorder is. If you have a son, a daughter, a cousin, a sister, a brother, anybody in your family, please be a little bit more understanding for them. Because anxiety is this terrible, 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 terrible feeling. And honestly, nobody wants to go through it, but we suffer through it every day. Now, do I agree with the benzos? For short term, yes. For long term, if you've not been on it yet, take it for a short amount of time and then stop. For long-term benzo users like me, don't suddenly stop. Because then your blood pressure, your pulse, the feelings of dread and doom and feel like you're going to die is going to get worse before it gets better. Now, if you're suffering from anxiety, please get help. Don't suffer. To everybody out there on YouTube, no matter who you are, where you're from, how you act, whether you're a Republican or you're a Democrat or in between, conservative, whatever you are, please get yourself some assistance, because you guys don't deserve this. You guys don't. You guys don't deserve anything that you get. None of you do. Whether you have depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts, you guys don't deserve what's going on in your brain. And with therapy, medication, you can live a little bit more comfortable without having all those thoughts going through your brain. As for me, my panic attacks are so severe that sometimes I won't even leave the house unless the medication's been working on me. I used to be able to go out without the medication, but not now. It's gotten that bad, and I'm going to try to get some therapy, but I'm under a lot of stress. Financial stress. It's always been financial stress. So I'm not rich. I wish I was. People could say, oh, you don't need money to be happy. I don't need money to be happy, but I need money to live. Because in this world, we rely on cash, money, Benjamins in the United States. So that's at least 60% of my anxiety. The rest of it, I don't know if it's medical, anemia, causing the rest of my anxiety, but some of it's causing my anxiety. But please, if you suffer from panic attacks, anxiety disorder, agoraphobia, schizophrenia, bipolar type 1, type 2, multiple personality disorders, depersonalization, please get assistance, guys. Anxiety, panic disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, please get assistance. Don't stand there procrastinating. That's what a lot of us anxiety people do. We procrastinate. Let's not procrastinate anymore. Let's get the help that we need. Okay? This has been the Planet Earth here. I wanted to talk about this, but every day I can't get up and just make these videos because I suffer from anxiety so bad. Sometimes I barely get on my phone. I'm always worried. Is this going to be that panic attack that turns into something more severe? Is this going to be the dizzy attack that turns into something more severe? And no matter what, The only thing that helps me is milorazepam. And I hate saying that because this medication is deemed down, looked down by every Republican, by every Democrat as a bad drug and addictive. And it's the truth. It is addictive physically for lots of people around this world. But it's funny. In other countries, they don't care about the addiction. They'll just continue to give it to you. When you want to get off of it, you can get off of it when you want. But in this country, because of Richard Nixon, the war on drugs has ruined it for a lot of us that suffer from anxiety. And it's ruined us even more because people that are doing opioids are mixing them with benzodiazepines. And what are they doing? They're ruining it for people who have valid disorders. So we're just looked on as pieces of crap. Is what doctors pretty much treat us like pieces of crap because of our anxiety. Some doctors don't even think it's real. That's a bunch of bullshit. If I've ever seen it, that's the most bullshit I've heard. So guys, if you need help, get the assistance that you need. How many more anxiety videos do I need to make for you guys to prove to you that it sucks and that people need to take it more seriously? How many more videos do I need to make up on this YouTube channel for you guys to take it seriously, that you need assistance? How many more do I need to make over the years? And not one fucking news outlet or anybody has ever taken my anxiety videos seriously, except for ABC, but that was for like 3 seconds. 4 seconds. It was an ABC 2020 slot for like 4 seconds.